Well, good morning, everyone. It's about 3:25 in the morning, Central Daylight Time, and that would make it about 8:08:25 Universal Time Coordinated. Hopefully, everyone's having a good morning, and we're going to be talking about mobile home ownership again and what happened yesterday. Uh, and it was quite an interesting day. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera back around so that you can see me. Yeah. So yesterday was quite an interesting day. Um, I was able to speak with a retired circuit judge, and I presented to her in written form, the the accusations that I've made about deceptive practice and deception and attempted identity theft regarding the management of the mobile home park that I reside in. I also presented uh, the evidence, the physical evidence, and I presented the law to her in written form, according to the state of Illinois. Um, she seemed to be impressed and quite understanding of that which I presented to her. Um, she agreed that this is a matter that probably should be taken up by the Attorney General of the state of Illinois. Now, mind you, this was a lawyer in the library event. Um, there is no, how can I put it? Her job is to provide guidance as to helping individuals and groups with issues as to pursuing legal, or how can I put it, as to pursuing a legal path to resolve issues of all manner. So she was able to refer me to some state agencies. And one thing that she did agree with me on was that in this case, the evidence and what I showed her should also be presented to the United States postal inspectors, which I will do, or I will begin to reach out to today. And it will be, it'll be an interesting step. Now, there's no guarantee that this is going to, how can I put it? There's no guarantee that it's going to turn out favorably for either myself or the other members in the mobile home park community in which I live. It all depends on the individuals who receive the information, who answer the phones, and whether they're doing their job and they're earnest in their work. I pray that they are. But this is one of the things that you must consider before you buy a mobile home in a mobile home park. These kind of things can, excuse me, and often do occur. And unless you have the resources, meaning that you are yet ambulatory, fully ambulatory, that you have some cash reserve on hand, that you have the gumption to stand up for what is rightfully yours and also have the humility to accept that which may not be entitled to you that you might think is, I wouldn't recommend moving into a mobile home park. There's just simply too many levels of created bureaucracy, corporate bureaucracy that people can hide behind. However, the law is still the law. And the laws are created to protect not only the parties that reside in mobile home parks, but also the landowners and the managers. There is a balance. This has to be kept in mind. Now, whether that balance is achieved and maintained, that is the responsibility of the attorneys that might hear my plaint and the judges that might hear my case, or should I say our case, because this involves more than me. I have a terrible tendency to use the first person, and I apologize for that. But like I said, this is where things get very fuzzy very quick. It involves a lot of prayer. For those of us who don't have familial support networks, it is quite scary. It is like being on a bit of a battlefield and not knowing if you are yet alone or if there are others beside you. Ultimately, each of us find ourselves in situations where we are alone. This is where faith comes in. This is where we must dedicate ourselves not to serving ourselves, but to serving something higher than ourselves, and to serving others besides ourselves. This gives us purpose. When we do this, we're no longer, quote unquote, collecting a paycheck. We are fully engaged and functioning and moving on a path. Now, it would be quite easy for myself to simply drop this thing and maybe find another way to get my money to whoever it is that really is responsible. But I can't. I still believe in things like physical, legal tender. I still believe that a person's signature on a document is their bond. And many of the documents that I've received since the mobile home park was sold, if not all of them, have not bore any signatures. Just written names in type. That's unfortunate. I believe in dealing with people eye to eye. It's sad when we hide behind various levels of bureaucracy, whether it be governmental or corporate, in order to take advantage of each other, engage in such predatory behavior as I've seen here as a mobile home park resident. And because I don't work that way, because that higher power that I answer to expects more of me, well, I shall carry on the fight as best as I'm able. So this is what you're getting into if you decide to purchase a mobile home in a mobile home park. Like I said, it can be quite easy at the beginning to be lulled into a false sense of security. But as that happens, just as easily, an individual can enter into the relationship betwixt the ownership and the tenants and take full advantage of them. I pray that doesn't happen to you. So that's all I've got for you this morning. I have other things I need to get around to this morning yet. Need to go to the post office, of course. And I pray that the individuals who help me process the information I present and get it to the correct investigative authorities do their jobs. We must remember the law is there for a reason, for all of us. And if we here at the bottom don't choose to live by the law, who are we to try to hold to account those above us who try to live above the law? It's food for thought. May God be with you all. Good luck. Godspeed. And we're going to see you around town.